Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Leopard.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 22.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Leopard!
On 1st down, he'll drop the throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The tackle there by Eli Harold. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. So the first points of the night belong to our home team as they're able to take the opening kickoff and at least get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and that helps the crowd, right? It helps people feel good about why they're there watching this game. They moved the ball well on their opening drive.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Hurry up. Hey, 50. Right left.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry. 23 yards on the play. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. A dump off to Elliott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. Rodgers again now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump the ball for their routes, chip away at their timing, so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Keith Marshall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A very solid gain of 27. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gone! Hot! Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Detroit! Hot!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus Big-time play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will find Ridley on the left side. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Last week, several good performances in the NFC, but he was the conference's offensive player of the week, well over 100 yards.
And just the ability to make catches. You know, that gets underplayed sometimes because we're always looking for the move or the big run. But catch the football consistently, that racks up the yardage.
This quarterback now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession. They'll look to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a 3rd down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer,
Still
did it anyway.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is caught. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, Rodgers. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. A give to Elliott. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, Elliott. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 58. Hey.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Over here.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will knot us up at 10. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Cowboys have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On play action, now Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man on the out route. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
That's fine. Yeah.
Now Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Get reset. Hey, easy.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. They come out here in the eye. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Here's Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. The final shot before half for Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, they'll throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Falcons on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's going to get it running right. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And fullback will put this one through, and that's going to tie us at 13. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The give is to Elliott. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
We are going.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rodgers throwing again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Working from the gun. Rodgers drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on them.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Jalen Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And now here come the Cowboys. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Right back to him on first down. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
To throw is Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
I'll go over here.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down the 3-yard line. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And finding the tight end Hooper. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're going to look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
That's fine. Yeah.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Dallas, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Chill.
Bring out the Brinks truck, I'm young